All right, and we're back. As I mentioned before, we were having some trouble integrating the camera and screen sharing functionality today. So I am just going to do screen sharing. Again, my name is Kelly Head. I am the Business Information Librarian at Mid-Continent Public Library. I work with the Square One Small Business Services team, and we've been doing these online webinars on Friday. Today we're going to look at a database called Safari Books Online, and specifically a section of that database called Safari Business Books. So I'm going to open up my uh, Mid-Continent Public Library homepage, which is mymcpl.org. And the first step, if you don't have a library card with us, you'll need to get one. You just click on this button on the homepage and fill out the information. And then you can get they'll have you verify your email, and once you do that, they'll give you a number. Just jot down that number, and then your PIN number will be your birthday, and you can use those numbers to sign into the databases right away. Chances are, if you live in the KC metro area, you will be able to get a card with us because we do have reciprocal agreements with Johnson County, Kansas City, Kansas, and Kansas City, Missouri public libraries. So that will be the first step. And then to get to all of our business databases, you're going to go to Square One Small Business up at the top and scroll about 3/4 of the way down the page, and then click on Browse Resources. And then this is the full list of our business databases. If you'd like to see all of the databases the library has, you can click A to Z list up at the top here, or you can browse them by subject by clicking Browse Subjects. And then to get to Safari Business Books, you're going to scroll down and click on the black underlined text. And then it will ask you for your library card number. And once you're in the database, you have the ability to browse or search. So you can use the browse links over on the left. You'll notice that they have a lot of different types of books, not just business. A lot of technical books like on how to code, how to do various computer programming languages. Um, and they also have some more technical writing, like for engineering, that sort of thing. So if you just want to browse business, you can either click on this arrow button, which will expand the topics within business that you can browse through. If you would like to click on a particular one, say sales and marketing, it'll pull up all the books that have some reference to sales and marketing. Then you can sort by the insert date, or I usually like to sort by publication date first, just to see what some of the newer items are. You can see things like the publisher listed, when it was published. If you'd like to take a look at the table of contents, you got a nice link there where you can easily browse through and look at what the book contains. If you want to jump to a specific section, you just click on that, and then it'll take you right to the page. Um, so this is kind of what it looks like when you're reading the books. You read them online in your browser, so you will need a internet connection to read these books. But the nice thing is these books don't have checkout limits or limits on the number of people who can read them at one time. So as long as you have an internet connection, you'll always be able to access these books, which is great if you'd like to have some on hand to reference. Um, so just to kind of show you the tools within the reader, you have, well, first of all, I always like to point out, if you don't know this trick in your browser, F11 is a tool to make your screen go into full screen mode. It's a really nice way to eliminate that toolbar up at the top and just kind of have a nice clean screen for reading. So I'll do that a lot of times, and then I'll switch to this full screen mode. So as you can see, it kind of fills up the screen nicely and makes it super easy to read. And then if you just hit the escape button, or actually hover up at the top and click the X, you can get back there. Um, so You also have the ability to save a page or email it to yourself. So this print one will also allow you to save, and then the email, this page also is a great tool to save those pages that you want to refer back to in the future. You have a minimizing tool to make the screen text smaller, or maximizing one to make it bigger, and then you also have arrow buttons to scroll to the next page. This button over on the left will pull out the table of contents, so you can jump to specific places again. And then if you want to get back to the previous page, I usually just use the back button on my browser, but whatever works for you. As I mentioned, you can also search. So we'll just start with a simple search. Let's say you want to see what kind of books the library has on food trucks. You can do a search, and it will pull up not only books that have that keyword in the title, like The Complete Idiot's Guide to Starting a Food Truck Business, which I love the series, the Idiot series and the Dummy series. Those are great books for people who are just starting out, because they don't assume any prior knowledge. And I know we do have a ton of these books in this series in this particular database, so definitely check those out. But you'll also notice that the chapter titles are also being searched. So this is a specific chapter on food trucks from the book Pop-Up Republic, so I'm guessing that book is on pop-ups. So you have the ability up at the top to kind of sort based on the type of material you're looking for. If there is a book that has previous editions, you can include that. Sometimes these Idiot's Guides and Dummies books will get updated and have previous versions that can be worth looking at too. And then you have some sorters over on the left that you can filter your results by, things like author, language, publishers, or category. You'll notice if I click in here, there's also the ability to do an advanced search. So if I click on advanced search, you can see that you have the ability to add parameters and remove parameters with this plus button. So you can search, for instance, for book title, and to have it contain the word food trucks. And then we could also say things like year published, and put it in a range of 2010 to 2020. So you have the ability to get fairly specific in your search, and to kind of narrow it down to the items that are going to be most interesting to you. So that is the quick and dirty introduction to Safari Business Books. If you want to get back to the home page, you can just click Safari up at the top. I would definitely encourage you to look at not only the business books, but some of these other topics as well. The other neat thing that they have is this ability to search by popularity. So if you go into the business section and then click on popularity, you can sort kind of based on what is most interesting to other people. It looks like this project management certification book is a really popular one, which I could see why people would want to save some money on purchasing those exam study books. So check these books out. There may be a way for you to save some money on some of these textbook or training books. And there's also a lot of great books just on business concepts for kind of more casual reading. So yeah, take a look at what we have here, and hope you enjoy the Safari Business Books online. If you could, please leave some feedback for us in the comments. We will post a survey link, and we would really appreciate it if you fill that out. Also, if you have any topics that you'd like me to cover in the future, you can let us know. If you would like to set up a one-on-one, we are doing those online for free, and you can schedule those by contacting us through Facebook or email us at square1 spelled out at mymcpl.org. So I hope this has been useful to you and you maybe learned about a new database you didn't know before. Have a great weekend, and I will sign off.